Cecile's domain, exclusively hers. Who would want the same situation to arise with eggs, cut flowers, or, heaven forbid, olive oil? Cecile never engaged in any discussions about her success or the newsprint dedicated to her. She dismissed all praise with a shrug, saying that she had not seen this piece or heard about that review. Secretly, though, she was over the moon that news of her emporium was spreading far and wide. If she managed to get her hands on a copy of one or other of the travel guides or international newspapers, she would cut out the article and paste it into the very personal album she had dedicated to her lemon story. But this was not for the reasons her colleagues might have supposed. Cecile rarely socialized with her trading compatriots. She was not impolite, she held no grudges, disliked no one, but was judged reserved. Once her stall was folded away, she wished everyone a bon après-midi, and off she went. Even on the occasions when several of the other long-established vendors got together for a drink, Cecile did not join them, although in the early days she had frequently been invited. She lived alone, didn't she? Well, yes, as far as anyone knew. Somewhere in the Arrière-Pays, inland of the glamorous coastal city of Cannes. But the exact location of her home and the details of her domestic arrangements she had not disclosed. Aside from Mondays, when the food market was closed and an antique and brocante fair was up and running for the day, Cecile was in Cannes, rain or shine, ready for business at 7 in the morning, and there she remained until she shut up shop and departed at 1:30 in the afternoon. Once released from her trading responsibilities, she descended to Cannes' famous seafront esplanade. Occasionally, she dallied for a while, enjoying the sunshine while strolling the length of the Boulevard de la Croisette, or she might pause for a café espresso and a swift perusal of the announcements in the local daily newspaper, Nice Matin. More often than not, though, her habit was to walk purposefully in the direction of the Newport, close to the Pointe Croisette, where, waiting patiently on the corner of Place Franklin Roosevelt, was Maurice, her chauffeur, with her morning mail, seated in her second-hand 1996 Bentley Azure, its gleaming bodywork black as a beetle's carapace. Maurice was a discreet and amiable chap in his early 50s, who wanted a quiet life and who had a passion for fancy automobiles. He had worked for Cecile for close on a decade. He knew her habits and respected her earnest insistence on privacy. He accepted that she was a woman of few words, except when assuring him that business continued to flourish in spite of the recession, or on the rare occasions when she recounted an incident that had taken place between traders and consumers. Once installed in the rear of the open-top sports car, Cecile shuffled hastily through her morning post, evidently on the lookout for some crucial correspondence, which, according to Maurice, never arrived, because inevitably, once her search had been completed, she sighed and set the tedious load aside. After Maurice had deposited Madame behind her property's iron gates, he parked the Bentley and discreetly disappeared to his cottage in the grounds, leaving his employer to her simple lunch, which she ate alone or with her daughter, Donatella, when the teenage girl was home from school. For the rest of her day, Cecile buried herself in office work and a vigorous late-afternoon excursion with her dogs, occasionally accompanied by Donatella, around their 6-hectare estate. It was at this time of day that Cecile engaged in discussions with her 3 gardeners and her citrus tree experts. It was at this time of day that Cecile paused to reflect upon her lemon kingdom and her broken heart. Maurice's wife, Anise, also Cecile's housekeeper and cook, frequently remarked to her husband within the privacy of their whitewashed cottage walls that Madame led such a lonely life. Look at her out there, wandering about. She never talks of the girl's father. Closed as a clam, she is. Still, he must have left them with plenty. If we had her money. And then, I would never have guessed that selling lemons, even tons of the damn things, could prove so profitable. Lemons earns us our keep, so don't knock it, was Maurice's response.